Very good. Very good. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. Can you see us? Can you hear us? I know it's only been a few seconds, right? Guess who we have today, though? Can you see her beautiful face? Yes! Kimberly from My Victorian Heart is here today. She's got some beautiful things in store for us today. So, go on, Kimberly. Tell us a little bit.
Hi, I'm Kimberly with My Victorian Heart, and I am here today to do some Valentine creating with Decoupage Queen's beautiful Valentine greetings rice paper. And I have the paper right here. And
I'm just going to ask. I want to see it. Okay.
so
Okay. I love it. I
we'll
love
be
it.
using this beauty right here. And we are going to use Decoupage Queen's Life Beautiful HDF blank, which looks like this. And we are using Pentart products, and we're using IOD Classical Elements mold. And I may have a heart from the Cameos mold. So, but for now, we definitely have classical elements, our classic elements, and the HDF blank by Decoupage Queen. These are new. They come in various sizes. In this size here, this is 3x5. This is 5x8 inches. And there's some larger ones. There's a 9x13 and a 10x16. So this is the 5x8, okay? And we're going to paint it, and we're going to add our decoupage paper, and we're going to get rocking and rolling.
Decoupage Queen does such amazing things. That image just, it's so sweet. And then you add the little things to it to really make everything, come together, and the image just brings it all to life. It's absolutely beautiful.
My Victorian Heart got started because of Victorian postcards. I started collecting them years ago, and this is awesome to me. I love Victorian Valentines. I love Victorian postcards. So I was happy to use this paper.
You're totally at home with those then. That's probably warms your heart a little bit, like when you use them then.
Yeah.
I like nostalgic, kind of. Maybe.
I adore them. And I wish I had 1,000 of them. I can't get enough of vintage Valentines or Victorian postcards.
I almost see you with a big board of just like a collage of all the different, images and cards or, whatever. Hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Linda, Shannon, Evelyn, all the ladies, Carol. I don't want to forget any one person. I think I said most everybody's name, though. Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's another happy Saturday with Decoupage Queen today. And we have Miss Kimberly from My Victorian Heart. And yes, everything that you see that she uses can be purchased at her store. All right. Everything. And then as far as the Decoupage Queen paper, they have a link on the website that gives you all the amazing retailers. And there's so many of them. Thank you so much for the support. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there and then let y'all know it's Happy Saturday, of course. Of course, so you know what Happy Saturday is, right? We've got a giveaway. So I'm going to put that up there, and I'm going to let Miss Kimberly take us on a creative adventure today.
Yeah, I'm painting now, and I'm going to put the camera down for you guys, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad to see you today. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yes.
I hope you love everything and you're inspired to make something beautiful. Okay, here we go.
Screen so that way you can fix your screen so nobody gets dizzy or anything like that. Don't turn my background. I think my background's pretty good though. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. It could be better, but it can always be worse, right?
So all right. Let me know if you guys need me to move anything or shift anything.
Right here. Okay. No, I can see everything. It's towards you. Yep. Okay.
Is that good?
If anyone has any issues with that, just let let me know, and yeah, let us know. We can communicate. But for now, I'm gonna let her take over, y'all. I'm gonna let her have the screen. Okay.
Okay, guys, here we go. Let's get this painted. I really wanted to have it painted earlier, and I have been wild busy. So
now, is that white gesso or is that just a white acrylic paint?
this is just white acrylic paint, and I actually have it right here. This is Pintart's. It's just called white acrylic paint matte.
That looks really just very white. I'm
It is.
impressed by how white it is over the MDF, because a lot of times it won't, like, you'll have to do another layer or two. So that's really cool.
You need a really good base of a light, bright, preferably white when you're decoupaging, you know?
That's beautiful. That's an awesome white. Like that.
And I probably put way too much paint. I don't know why there's lines on here. That's kind of weird. I don't know if it's my MDF.
Right? Or from the paint. No, it's not from your paint. It's not a bristle. It's not a piece of brush because it's not moving, right? It's not. That's weird.
Let me see what that is. Like,
I think it'll probably be covered between the molds.
There we go.
And things like that.
Yeah.
I think I think you're good.
I think my paint kind of dried and sat there. So
that's crazy.
But the HDF links are super smooth and like really well made, and they're really sturdy, and they have a little weight to them, you know,
which I think is great.
HDF is actually high density fiberboard, and it's kind of like a process where they take wood fibers and, you know, chopped up wood fibers, and they press them together with resin at high intensity heat and pressure, and it makes for a really durable surface. And HDF is used in home construction. They make molding, kitchen cabinets with HDF. There's a lot that they do with HDF. It's kind of a level up from basic MDF, you know?
Okay.
And HDF doesn't warp when it gets wet like MDF could. It's, you know, like in humid Florida, if I make something on MDF and I put it out on my covered front porch, it will probably warp.
Yes.
And I haven't tested these yet, but I'm going to, you know, put them out there, and I'll probably put something on a wreath, and I'm going to see how it does and see if it warps in the humidity. I mean, you know how it is living in Florida, right?
Yes, very much so. I have created quite a few things with HDF, and I have yet to have any issues. But then again, they're not exposed to the elements per se. They're just exposed to the everyday movement in like the house and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I think they'd be okay though, because the humidity still gets within the home, right? I mean, so
exactly.
I think they're great.
But I mean, you know, here, like outside on our front porch, it's, you know, you get the humidity and when it rains and stuff. But these are super quality made. Like, I'm super impressed with them, and I'm really excited to have them. They're in my shop, and the 3x5s come in a 3-pack, and then the 5x8, which is what we're working on today, comes in a 2-pack, and then the large 9x13 comes in a single pack, and then the extra large is 10x16, and that comes in a single pack. And I am waiting for that one to come back in stock, and I will have the extra large ones shortly as soon as they get it back in. So,
absolutely. So we have we have Ross from Italy. Welcome. It's so good to have you from Italy.
Well, where in Italy?
Ooh, where in Italy are we from, Ross? And then we've got Miss Nancy. Hey, Miss Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Miss Carol. Grajna. I hope I didn't butcher that name. I almost didn't want to say it, but I feel like there's an emphasis on the Z. So Grajna, yeah. Hey, welcome. Good to have you.
All right, I think we're dry. So can get our paper on there now. I asked about Italy because my father's family, they are all from Italy, and they're from Sicily, actually. A place called Jare is where he was born.
That's very specific.
Yes.
So interesting. I'm curious to hear the response from Ross on that. And we do have London in the house.
Awesome.
And yep. Hi, Miss Michelle.
So we're just wet tearing the image that we want to use from our size A4 rice paper. And this paper is called Valentine's Greetings by Decoupage Queen. And these are available in our shop and also from your favorite retailer. And this was with the new release, the Christmas release. This design came out with the Christmas Winter 2022 release of papers from Decoupage Queen.
Which is perfect because then it gives you plenty of time to work ahead to get some of those Valentine's things or, those card anniversary type things done.
So I'm using Pentart Decoupage Varnish and Glue in Silky Shine.
I love that stuff.
I love matte, but I also love kind of the satin look you get from Silky Shine. And I just happen to have Silky Shine open and in use, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it.
I love their decoupage glue adhesives in general.
Yeah.
Terry Lightsey was the one who turned me on to them because I've always used like Mod Podge or like other something else, usually Mod Podge, and it's so much harsher. And she's like, why don't you use this? And then I'm just like, oh, okay. Like now I'm addicted. Like that's all I want to use now.
Well,
I don't want to use anything else.
I used to be a big Golden. I'm a Golden fan, Golden brand gel. And it's really good. Like I love it. I used it for decoupage and for transferring images. And I like it because it doesn't yellow over time.
Yes. Okay, see that's what I didn't like about Mod Podge, hence why I really didn't decoupage and stuff all that much.
Yeah.
So that really makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm smoothing this out with a silicone brayer paint blade, actually, by IOD. And it's nice because it doesn't drag across your paper. It has it's a smooth operator.
I love it. I love it. Clever girl. I like it.
And I may not have I probably didn't center this like I needed to. But, that's live living for you.
Right, exactly. And nothing, in my opinion, like, there have been plenty of artists who have been like, hey, can you recreate that for me, but with this, and this? It's like, no, I really can't. That's one piece. That's one of a kind. Like, yeah, I can attempt to recreate it for you.
Yeah.
But the same emotions or the same timing or the mind frame or whatever the case may be, it's not the same for each piece. It's going to be different. So no, I can recreate something similar like it for you, but I can't. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's okay, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
It'll still be beautiful.
The one that I made last night, my husband pointed out that it is not, see, there's more room here than here. Not center.
It's not, that's what makes it more beautiful, in my opinion, are those little imperfections.
He never misses a trick, I swear. So, and you know what? I just want to get this glue on here just a little dry because I don't want to tear up my paper. I'm notorious for that. Like I'll get my decoupage paper wet and then I'll touch it and tear it while I'm on a live and I'm mortified.
I get it. We got Marjorie from Wet and Flooding, California. Lots of rain over there.
Aww.
north, south? Where are you at in California? We never did get an answer about Italy, though.
Oh, that's okay.
From Ross. But what part of California are you from?
So we're applying tight bond glue now onto the air dry clay mold that we're applying to our cherub picture.
Now that's a good glue too, with the humidity of Florida and stuff. That's not going to like slowly adhere or like slowly come away, peel away, whatever you want to.
Yeah, tight bond does really well. And it's a safe glue.
Okay, very cool. So for people who don't like those really pungent adhesives.
E6000.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes,
You got to be careful with that stuff. It's known to cause cancer. Like
it's bad.
And I like E6000. I've used it, but I've had some cancer, so I'm afraid of it.
I don't blame you. It's one of those. Yeah. I've put on face masks for that.
Oh yeah.
For like a large piece or what like for something I knew I was going to be using the glue for, you know what I mean, a longer extended time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Even the resin, you need to wear protection when you're handling the resins. So what I do is I apply this at the top of the torn edges of the image so that it kind of frames it and covers up those raw edges. It gives it a finished look. And my clay has like some funky little, I don't know, clay boogers. I don't know what you want to call them.
Little like hair thin like pieces of clay.
Like you know what I mean? And and I made a dent with my fingernail probably on that piece right there. Oh well. So much for perfection, right?
It'll make it look good because then it's like a crackled like stone almost look. You know what I mean? Like imperfections are good. Hey, Miss Leanne. Hello.
Hi. So now we want to put we're going to put the same element, the same casting down here and turned around. And we need to apply the glue. And I really kind of do a generous helping of the tight bond glue to make sure that I get the glue spread on the back of the mold so that they don't pop up and buckle up on the edges and stuff. Like if you get your glue really well covered on the back of your casting, they won't be coming up and giving you trouble.
That's awesome.
And after I apply them, I will lay a damp cloth over them to help reduce any kind of air that makes them crack when they dry. And if I have time, I do that. I don't always do it, but it helps a lot. And I periodically go in and gently press with my fingers to make sure that it's adhered in all the little areas.
Good thinking. Let's see. Sam Ware asked, what was the name of the glue again?
This is Tight Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue.
There you go. And the molds are clay, Amanda. She is using clay right now.
They are air dry clay. And these molds are made by the Iron Orchid Designs Company, IOD as they are known. And see, I made this one too low. Last night I had my little mock-up and I had it a little higher up. But that's okay. We'll work with it. And I'm going to wipe off this excess glue from shifting my mold around. And you can go in with like a small paintbrush and wet it a little bit, and then you can go in and clean up your edges. Can y'all see okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I can see everything okay, and I see that you're taking a paintbrush to clean up the little hairy
Glue.
edges.
The glue. Okay. And let me just back that up there. I had to shift it a lot, you know, because I didn't have it on there right. It's a little close to the edge. See, this one is has a little more room. Not too bad though.
At the bottom.
I'm very OCD about my stuff. I will like focus on one thing for way too long. Like,
and then before you realize it, you're like, really? I've been on this project for 3 hours. It should have been done an hour ago.
Yeah. So I take this beaded casting that I did, and it's too long to fit in between the molds that I applied. So I'm just going to put them here. And these work out really well in between here because they have a perfect area. And I just take a little blade or something like a knife or something sharp, and I just cut them and look perfect. And then I have to glue them on. And whoops, that one just fell off. It was practically ready to go. Ooh, there's fuzz on there. So this one, I just have to cut one little bead off. There we go. And you know, I just realized, Jessica, the live we did back in the fall with the pumpkin with the Dani and the Queen's Harlequin and the Forest Lore fall flowers. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that.
I used this beaded casting on that.
You did? I do remember that, actually. Yeah, you did. I thought I recognized it. I didn't want to say anything because typically I'm thinking of something else, but
I don't know why I'm using it again, but
well, they're great to just like adorn like that. You know what I mean? Like little finisher pieces. Like, yeah. How can you complain about that?
All right. So once we have these applied, we are going to paint this exposed surface in Pintart's delicate metallic paint in rose gold.
Ooh, rose gold.
Where is my? Oh, there it is.
Amanda asked, what brand of clay do you consider to be the best?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, I have not used a ton of different air dry clays. And I have to say, I have used this brand that I would buy at Hobby Lobby back several years ago before I was an IOD stockist. And I only use IOD air dry clay now. And look, I'm an IOD stockist and I do sell their clay. And I have to say, I find theirs is the best that I have ever used. It's easy to work with. It gets good impressions. It keeps well. It's just my favorite. I've had others, and there was one I used to use. It came in a black package, and it's from Hobby Lobby. It's called something paper clay. I can't remember the brand, but I felt like it was kind of rubbery to me and hard in my hand to work with. And this one is just easier on my hands, if that makes sense to anybody.
I get it. No, I get it.
So when you are applying these little beaded bits, you have to take at the very tip of the bead in between your classic element and your beaded clay, you got to glue them up in there on this. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, so they don't pull away when they dry. Like you just go in and you just put a little dab right here in between those two pieces.
Okay.
And you push them back in So if you can see here, they're like attached down here and here.
So that
And
way
then
there's
you
no funniness later.
make sure you keep them straight while you're, so they don't dry all wonky. So now, and I like to brush on the glue on little pieces like this, you know?
Right, because then you don't want it smushing out on the sides, right?
Well, it's just, they're so tiny. It's kind of hard to just apply it with the glue bottle, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these are kind of delicate. They're starting to dry already. So.
Oh, so you got to work fast. So depending on the kind of mold, or yeah, the kind of casting, it can dry fast. So
I'm going to put my little dots of glue on this, the little element, so it can tack them on. And another tip is if you've applied molds and you find that they're cracking or like buckled up or something because there wasn't enough glue underneath them, you can go in and kind of caulk them. You know, like you can take air dry clay, take like a little bit of air dry clay and add a little bit of water, and you make kind of like a caulk. And you can go in with literally like a large syringe and or just use a knife or a brush or your finger and work in your clay caulk to fix your, you know, boo-boos.
yeah, okay, very cool, very cool. Carol has a question. Can you use on bottle? Now, when you say use on bottle, what exactly do you mean by that, Carol? Are you talking about the type on adhesive? Are you asking if that will adhere to like let's say a non-porous glass bottle surface? Or what exactly are you asking, I guess?
So Titebond glue it bonds wood, pottery, ceramic, stone, glass, fabric, leather, and most craft type materials. And your surface must be dry and clean, and you need to press together or clamp, which, you know, I go in and press my clay. And it's not recommended for exterior use or where moisture is likely. Okay. And it's not recommended for photos, metal, plastic, or rubber. So there you go. And I have all of that information on the listing on our website. But right now, we're not shipping Titebond out of the state of Florida because Titebond freezes in cold weather. And when it thaws, it's not good anymore. It kind of gets chunky and messed up.
Interesting. Okay. I've never used the product before, so
yeah.
I'm definitely learning quite a bit here.
It doesn't like to be cold. And when it thaws, it doesn't behave very well. So I stopped shipping it out of Florida in the winter.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It was too much trouble.
Like to do old world bottle.
Okay. So now we're going to paint with the Pintart delicate metallic paint in rose gold.
Yummy. Yummy.
Get my brush. This brush is a little too big.
It is a little big, assuming you're going to paint the clay castings you've adhered.
Well, we're gonna do the sides here first.
Okay.
And if you can see here, that's what we did, and then we toned it down with some antique paste in white. That's not so bright and pink because we want this to kind of be in keeping with the time period of an old Victorian postcard image, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very cool.
And then this frame gets painted in the white gold delicate metallic paint.
White gold. Okay. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
And it would be, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
Like, it would be my preference to paint my molds before I glued them on, because I don't have to be like all careful going around them, and and I can't like take my time and do it right now because I'm doing a live. And I'll probably go in and sand this little boo-boo here later. Don't have time for that now.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And
who knows, once it's all said and done, you might actually like it. It might work out,
True. And we're going to go in and add some dark antique paste to this finish after we do, we're going to age it a little bit and add just a touch of dark Pintart's antique paste and umber, which is a really dark, earthy brown, like for aging purposes.
Didn't I see a little bit of gold on there too?
Oh yeah, this is
right.
The sides are trimmed in Pintart's wax paste, metallic in gold.
I love their wax paste.
They are so like creamy and easy to work with, and the colors are so beautiful, and I love them. I mean, I'm a fan.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, girlfriend. I am totally like Pintart for most products. Honestly, I mean, this show is about decoupage queen, guys. Okay, the show is about decoupage queen, but
right.
Pintart is great as well to enhance.
The decoupage queen, the founder and the company, they use the Pintart products, and she makes a lot of beautiful stuff with Pintart, and so you can't go wrong with it. Okay, so this is in the rose gold delicate metallic paint by Pintart, and I need to give it a shot of heat, and we're going to paint the bead, the elements, the molds, the castings.
To answer your question, Donna, she joined late. She was wanting to know how the frame was made. Yes, it is a mold, but they are multiple molds. So there's the two pieces up top are two different pieces, and then the beaded frame along the sides is also another one as well. So it's 4 individual pieces that she brought together to make a seamless frame as she has done.
And I can show you the mold if you want. It's a little messy, but this is the piece we used at the top of the project, and we also mirrored it at the bottom. And then here's the little beaded rope part. And this is called Classic Elements. So, all right, that's a little dry. Now let's paint the mold castings in white gold by Pintart.
The wood, the HDF size tag that she's using is also available in the store. That is 5 by 8. If I remember correctly, this is the size that she's using today, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so there you go, Ms. Karen, 5 by 8. And lots of compliments on how beautiful it is.
Thank you. The 5 by 8s come in a pack of 2 tags.
And looky there, you get not just one, you get 2.
And they are made by Decoupage Queen Life Beautiful brand. So I'm going to go in with this little bit larger brush on here. Try to work in what I can.
I got you in, Miss Susan. Don't worry. I got you in. And don't forget, y'all, today's Happy Saturday. That means Decoupage Queen is doing a giveaway at the end of the show. So all you have to do is little heartsies. We love our heartsies. And then share it and tag a friend. Tell them to come on, come see what's going on.
So I just go with a smaller artist brush that has an angle. It's just a little angled tip, and it gets in these little spaces here.
It's much cleaner. You're absolutely right. Good one.
And it's a little tedious, this kind of stuff, and I'm not going to be able to like thoroughly go over it, but I want to show you guys how I achieve the finishes for something like this. This is my favorite part of creating, is taking these beautiful old rice paper designs that are so perfectly vintage inspired, that is just my heart, and my Victorian heart. That's why my name is that, because I used to always say, oh, my Victorian heart. That's where it came from. I'm a cheese ball.
I'm trying not to interrupt you. I'm trying to let you talk and
Oh no. I'm gonna try to actually hush up now, because I have to hurry up and get this done for you guys. Okay, I'm almost done with this. Trying to get it almost really covered so it doesn't look undone.
You're good. You're good. I will talk to all the chatty people in the group. What's everybody up to today? Anybody doing crafting along with us? Anybody crafting? Donna, the molds she's using are IOD molds. She did show them just a minute ago, but like she said, she is trying to work along.
There it is.
There it is. There they are. That's the mold. Excuse me. That's the mold that she's using today, Miss Donna. And where can I get you can get the gold, yeah, gold, right? Yeah, like that's just out there. You can get the mold on her website, of course. I'm going to put it right here.
And you know what? I don't remember. We just sold out of a lot of molds because of the holidays, and I ordered more, and they're due in about a week. And I did put an update announcement on the Facebook page announcing that. But if you don't see it, know that they're coming in about a week. And there are other IOD stockists out there that may have it. So, it's not a retired mold. It's an available mold.
Awesome, because they enjoy retiring molds, don't they?
Yeah. It's so crazy. And the Valentine greeting, this is the rice paper we're using by Decoupage Queen. This is what it looks like. And I tore out the one that we're using. And I also carry this in the A3 size. The A4 size, which is what this is 8.3 inches by 11.7 inches. And the A3 size is 16.5 inches by, I'm sorry, it's 11.7 by 16.5. Just so you know. And each design is a little bit larger. And they're really perfect for the larger projects that you like to do. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. Maybe a little messy, but that's okay. And it doesn't matter if I got some here, because we're going to be going over that with some other stuff anyway. So.
Oh, poor Susan. I'm sorry you've been sick.
Aw.
We hope you get better soon.
Everyone's been sick. Like, I've seen people doing lives and they're just like congested and coughing and stuffy, and that time of year. Terrible. So I got way too much paint right there. I don't know if I can remove it. I'm going to try. That's the good thing about decoupage varnish over your paper. You can go in and wipe away stuff if you need to. But if I can't get all this off, I'll go in with an antiquing medium and kind of age it and make it look like it's antiqued and old, and it'll cover up the paint boo-boos. And that's what that's how I do it. So
Sweet. Okay. I'm looking for this mold on your site. Sorry.
Thank you. So give this a little heat. Don't you love this blow dryer? It's so quiet. It's a heat gun and it's super quiet. Can you hear it?
Just barely. But yeah, it is really quiet.
It is amazing. I found out about this from Royce from Roycycled. She used one in one of her lives, and she gave us the link, and I went to Amazon and bought one because my other one was so loud.
All right, I just put the link up of the mold that you're using. If it's one, yeah, it should be one of the two. Anyways, I put it up there so that way, because we had more people asking about the mold. So instead of you showing it again, here you go.
That's awesome. Okay, so now that I have the white gold on here, I go over this with just like a touch of these waxes. Like I go in and I kind of paint it with the Pintart Wax Paste Metallic and Rose Gold over the gold on the, and it's, a little tacky. It may not be perfectly dry. And I just use like this little old brush, and you literally just go in and you paint your mold like that. You can dab it on, and kind of random,
Absolutely.
And be gentle if your molds are still wet underneath. Like if there's, because mine, if I press them, they're moving. So just be gentle,
as you're going along.
So you just go in.
All right, Ms. Karen, pink metallic paint. No, I mean yes and no. I mean yes and no. It is a rose gold paint that she's using, or that she had used. I'm sorry.
Here it is.
So it's beautiful, isn't it? So it's like, yeah, yes, you're right, but you got it.
I tone it down, and you'll see how I do that. If you look here, if you can see the difference in the two, this one's a little muted, and it's not so bright anymore. I always
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Absolutely.
No, I really like to tone down my paints. So this is how I do this, and let me get a little more on here. And I don't go heavy when I'm applying any of these color waxes. They're really amazing. They go on really well. They have a lot of color, and you can always add more. So I just sort of go easy as I apply it, because I know it's harder to take it away than it is to apply, like to remove. I mean,
yeah, it's easier to put more on than it is to attempt to try to hide.
Oh gosh,
what's already been put there.
Yeah.
And to answer your question about how long it takes for mold or like her casting, like a mold casting to dry, it truly depends upon what casting it is you're using and how long it will take to dry. For instance, Kimberly here during the live today, her little pearl pieces were already starting to kind of dry in her hand when she was applying her adhesive, whereas the larger pieces were still a little bit more moldable. Like if she had like kind of lightly squeezed it, it would have lost the impression of the of the casting. So it truly depends on what kind of casting it is, how big it is, thin. Yeah.
So
and I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. It's okay. So this brush is a little big. I'm trying to find a better one. I think I can just use this one. So this is Antique Paste by Pentart, and it's white. And I love white antique paste for going over my paint colors. And I just go in like this and just sort of generously, apply it over. Okay. And then you're going to be able to wipe away,
That's cool. And then that mutes the color.
It does. And I don't know if you can tell here. And then on top of this, we're going to add some of the Pentart antique paste in Umbra. Some people call it umber, but it's a really dark brown. I want to say kind of like mahogany, dark earth.
Yes, I completely agree with you. I completely agree.
And boy, is it it's so good on so many things. You can add this to your fine line crackles when you do your crackle mediums on projects. And here's an example. I made this heart-shaped box. And I don't know if you can see the crackles.
But, gloriously.
That's the Umbra, the antique paste in Umbra. And this is the rose gold wax again. I think I may have an obsession with rose gold. I don't know.
Well, it's very Victorian. It suits you and what you enjoy to do and what you like. Your eyeballs are that's what you enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I pick stuff that has like pink flowers in it, and then that's it.
Pink flowers, you're good to go. Gimme. Carol asked if you seal the project.
Well, is what you do on this paper. I already put a coat of the decoupage varnish and glue, which also sealed my paper, and it made it workable. So if I got stuff on it, I could wipe it off. You need a good couple of coats of this if you really want to do it properly. Mine only has one, so because I'm doing a live and I have to be quick about everything. So you can always use a other kind of sealer. There's like matte varnishes you can use. Pentart has a really good varnish in that. And I also like Amy Howard's sealer in matte. I've used that a lot on my decor stuff, and it works well. It's just a preference, what you like to use to seal with. Make sure you don't use like a solvent-based sealer on this kind of project, unless the fine line crackle mediums. Certain things will kind of like melt or tear up your surface if they're solvent. You got to be careful about that.
Good tips. Hey, Miss Robin, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I've got to shout out everyone. What's up, girl? Hey. And she asked what color pink it was, but she asked it, I think, right before you said something about it being a rose gold paint.
Yeah.
So hopefully you answered her question. It's a rose gold by Pentart. Yeah.
So now we're rubbing away, kind of brushing away that excess white antique paste I just added. And now we're going to go in with the antique paste in Umbra, or umber, as some like to call it. And trying to find I need another brush. My brushes I have so many going, and some are wet. I can't use that.
Right?
We can never have too many brushes, can we? Right?
No, ma'am. I've got 3 big old, 32-ounce, big plastic cups, right, that are clear. just filled with brushes. That's it. Just paintbrushes. Yeah,
so here's the Pentart Antique Paste in Umbra, and I'm going to go in on my castings first. And I'm just going to go in and randomly apply this dark antique paste. It's kind of like a perfect for aging your stuff.
Look at the depth that it's creating. It's like an instant like transformation.
Isn't that cool?
Oh my goodness.
I love how Umbra, I did Umbra on the Pentart metallic silver cracking paste on this file rack hanging behind me. And the cracking paste, it makes the little crackles, you know, and then I put in the umber and it made it look like old aged mercury glass. I swear it was cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can envision that. That is amazing. And yes, Callie, to answer your question, yes, you're in on the drawing. Speaking of the drawing, don't have very many names on the wheel of awesomeness over here. Let's see, I've only got 5 names so far. So yeah, we still have a giveaway to do today, guys. Don't forget.
So I have to like try to get it in all the little areas on the side. So, and then I just need to brush it. If you don't like all the little spots, I think the spots are kind of cool. It looks like old foxing, you know. So now is what you want to do is I don't add more dark umber. I just go in and I kind of age the sides like that. Like, you know, it's kind of like old things that get grime and dust and in them. And you go in and you just get it in there. Okay. And then if you got to add a little more, you can. So you just kind of get around the little sides like that. And then I add a little bit more here. I go in like this and just softly brush all around. Okay. And then I get my cloth, like a nice soft old cloth. And I go in and I kind of rub all around. And you need these to like sit and cure for a couple of days, you know. And look, this came off. It wasn't really dry probably. So I'm going to go around the sides with gold. So that's going to cover up. So I'll show you how I do the gold trim on the sides. Okay. And so now we're going to take Pentart's wax paste metallic in gold. It's just called gold, and it's a brighter, lighter, like brilliant gold. It's really pretty, you know, very, very pretty gold. Try to wipe my brush off here. So you just go in with like a little brush. Okay. And the way you do these little narrow edges, and as you notice, I didn't really paint this edge. You can paint it with your wax. See, it gives really good coverage. So I just go like this and sort of at an angle brush off on the edge. Like you just go like this and you just brush, you know, like that.
It looks very nice, and it makes it more regal, you know, and it kind of gives it a sense of not like hardness, but like a sense of like sturdiness, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's a good, you know, it finishes it and it makes it look, you know, complete, and it's an elegant little finish, you know.
Yes, I completely agree.
So you just take your gold and you go like that. And is what I did on this one. I just went around just kind of like a little edge on the corner like that. Okay, with the gold. And the idea behind this is you kind of want to make it look like this was all trimmed in gold. So you go like this, you pinch your bristles under your thumb and go along the edge. And you just make like a straight edge like that.
Good tip. Good tip.
And then if you got like you have in a little area where it wasn't perfectly straight or like all covered in the straight line, it makes it look like some of it wore away over time. And that's the look I want to achieve.
Perfect.
Like we don't want it to look brand new and freshly waxed, and we want it to look kind of vintagey and old, and you know. And do my little edge. And see, I just got gold on there, like where I didn't want it. So that's okay. See, now I filled in and it's going to look like it wore away. And then this part where I had the white exposed because it chipped, we'll just paint it with gold. And because it's kind of hard to paint over a waxed surface.
Yes, paint. Yeah, well said. Yeah, because it is. Oh man, yeah, it's almost like forget about it. It's almost like rain, like not rain, like water will go over it. Like it's really a challenge.
Yeah, it's it'll resist liquids, you know.
Yep, it sure will. Same thing with paints and things. It's like you might as well just, you know, it's a challenge if you really, really want to, you know, really want it, but gosh golly, it won't be.
So there you go. That is trimmed out in gold, and you know, it's not perfect right now. I'll go in and touch stuff up and get it the way I want it. But in the interest of alive and time constraints, I can't like be too OCD with my stuff like I normally am. And now is what we want to do on the back. On this one, as you can see, I did a stencil on the back. And there's some kind of flaky junk back there. Okay, so this stencil is a stencil that I have in the shop. And I have to like tell you the name of it later. I can never remember the names of all. I have so many stencils, I can't remember them all. But I love this one. So, and we used Hint Art's rose gold deluxe paste with the stencil. And I have to paint this in order to do the stencil. What time is it, Jessica?
We've got about 2 minutes, so not quite enough time.
Plus how many?
2.
Oh, yeah, we don't have time.
Right. Plus, I have to do the wheel of names and all that good stuff, too. People are, they're going to be like, wait.
I'll just show you guys. On the back, I base coated it in white, which is the Pintart white matte acrylic. You can use any acrylic that you love. You could use chalk paint, whatever you like. And then I went over it with the white gold by Pintart, okay, for a contrast. And then I stenciled on the wax paste metallic. And I'll just show you, I'll demonstrate the stencil really fast on a piece of paper for you guys. How's that? Okay, so you can just see. So you can take a palette knife like this, and you just scoop in your what is this? Deluxe paste.
Deluxe paste. You're just gonna spread it.
Yep. I'm such a goober. And then you just go in and you lay down your stencil where you want. Can y'all see okay?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And you just lay it down and you just sort of hold the palette knife flat and you scrape it away. You know, you go like that. Okay. And you lift up really carefully straight. And there you go. You have a really pretty pattern with your deluxe paste. And the deluxe paste dries to kind of a raised effect. Like it's a little, you can feel the texture of it and it's raised and it's so beautiful. And these come in so many colors. So
Yes, they
And
do.
that's how we do the back.
Right. I am going to share my screen to share the wheel of names. I believe it's being shared. And we're going to, oh, Snipple Snapples. I got to do that. Okay.
Put my camera back up.
Let's see. Oh, we've got Carol Ann Wyatt.
Yay!
Carol Ann
Congratulations.
Wyatt. Congratulations, Carol. Now, all you have to do to claim your prize is email Miss Avetta at decoupagequeen.com. And congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Kimberly, that was really amazing. And let me tell you, you had a lot of comments about how beautiful it was. And one of the last comments said that they need just a kit of every, like whatever you use, like the HDF, the paint, like they just want a kit of everything you use.
Okay. I'll look at that. I will look into that.
So I gave her your the link to your website. I'm trying to articulate all my words.
You're doing good. You do better than me.
Like you can go over there, you can find everything there. Find it all over there as well.
Thank you. You do a whole lot better than me. So I was going to tell everybody, I'm going to do a couple of lives this week, and I'll announce it on my page. And we're going to use some more beautiful decoupage queen papers. And we are going to I need new Valentine ornaments for my Valentine tree.
Oh, yes, you do.
These are old and they're plain. They don't have any pretty decoupage designs. So I think I need to upcycle them.
I think so too. And I need to see more pink back there on that tree. Because that's a lot of red, and I need to see some more rose gold, I think.
I know. It's time for, a makeover.
Yes, it is. Make over the Valentine's tree. So we've got that to look forward to, y'all. So make sure you go over and follow her on her pages and everything. The links are available right underneath. So
thank you guys.
Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you Decoupage Queen for hosting these amazing creative Saturdays for us to enjoy. It's always such a pleasure to just be here and be within the community and to have you here with me, Kimberly. Thank you so much for taking the time, and everybody else.
Thank you. I love that you were here today, and you make it so much fun, and you make me feel comfortable because I'm always so nervous, and this is hard for me, So
yeah, I get it. It is. I always kind of have to. Okay.
You just make me feel good. So.
Well, it's a pleasure. It really is.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.